Tonight, we show you part 2 of Brandon Lewis's series on the opioid epidemic. This part focuses on the effects it has on foster care system in West Virginia. He joins us in the studio with more.
Bill Crouch, the cabinet secretary of the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources, says children across the state have suffered more than anyone because of the drug epidemic. And now officials are asking for your help in addressing this problem. This is part 2 of Addiction's Children, a generation in jeopardy.
I believe that built into each person is a natural tendency to want to help somebody, to love somebody, to encourage somebody.
That's why James Miller adopted these young girls, all of whom were impacted by the opioid epidemic.
Imagine how emotional it is if you lost your parent at this age, and we know what life brings. But as a child, they don't know why they're being taken away. They don't understand the drug epidemic or the parents' mistakes.
And those mistakes, he says, turned into an opportunity for him to open his heart and let these girls in.
To watch them begin to play with one another and play with my children and realize that they do have joy. Even though it's a traumatic situation, they return to joy and they laugh and giggle and play. That's the happiest days.
Officials at the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources say they need more people like James to foster or adopt. As of October 2018, the department reports more than 6,700 children are in foster care in the state, and 84% of its child protective cases involve drug use.
When you see these kids who are desperate for their parents, they want their parents. They want their parents to change their lifestyle. But the parents have to want it also. So that's heartbreaking sometimes, because no matter what, these kids love their parents.
Larea Ellis is a social service coordinator for the DHHR's Wood County office. She says one of the challenges the department faces is having more foster kids than foster homes.
Often we don't have a foster home even in our county, and our workers travel several hours to place children or to keep siblings together.
Courtney Davis and Kerry Lucas have both foster children affected by the epidemic.
And a lot of times the children are just dealt a raw hand, and none of it is their fault as to why they're in this. So the hard part for us is a lot of times just to see a child suffer, and the child to try to deal with the situation and the hand that they've been dealt.
To find that person of comfort, they need that, and they want that, and they desire that. And to be able to be that person in their life is very rewarding.
And as Courtney, Kerry, and James raise their children, they all understand the need going forward.
You don't feel like you ever can take enough kids, you know, that when you say yes to one, you have to say no to others.
People need to know the amount of children that are waiting for loving parents.
If you want to help, then there's opportunities for you. And there's systems out there that will help you get trained and educated, and you can make a difference.
The DHHR reports a 46% increase in the number of children it took into custody from October 2014 to October 2017, with the drug epidemic a major factor behind the influx. And they want this information to be out there so people are aware that children are often the casualties of this crisis. But if families step up and foster these kids, the hope is that they won't be.